Once again, you already know what it is and you already know where you have reached. We are here for yet another edition, another big time edition of Clash of the By God podcast. Immediately to my left is the one and only Conrad Cushman, representing everything pro wrestling. My name is Sean Hubbard, representing Hubbard Wrestling Weekly, Combat Sports Media, and we collectively, once again, at Clash of the podcast, very happy to have you guys here on a big week in pro wrestling. The first ever two-night SummerSlam is on the horizon, and we have so much to get into, and we're going to get into it shortly. But before I give you that world-famous line, we want to offer our condolences to the family of Hulk Hogan. We want to pay our respects to the man as it relates to his professional wrestling acumen. Without Hogan, wrestling would not be what it is today, right? So we do want to pay homage and respect to him for that. There are obviously some things outside of the ring that are not very endearing about the man, especially over the last 10 years or so. Some things that were said as it relates to race that are reprehensible. Let's call it what it is. And then some things politically, where you stand on that is up to you. But I admit that I was a Hulkamaniac, and what happened 10 years ago, the comments made me pull back, and I stopped being a fan, right? But one thing I will always do is respect the man for what he did in the world of professional wrestling, and realize that without him being on the scene, professional wrestling would not be what it is today. I'm sure Conrad has some thoughts. We'll get to that right after the intro. But I did want to start the show off by saying what I had to say. So with that being said, Conrad, my brother, please drop that thing.
Folks, welcome to Clash of the Podcast. You know what we do all the time and how we do it, man. We greatly, greatly appreciate everyone who is tuned in and locked in with us. As my co-host, co-creator of Clash of the Podcast, Sean Hubbard, so nicely said. We've been doing this for, 152 weeks straight?
Sure.
Can't beat it. Best thing going. I would probably argue one of the most underrated podcasts out there today. Make sure you guys are tuned in and tell a friend, man. We greatly appreciate it. Hit that like button. If you're watching on Kick, come on over to Twitch. Subscribe to our Twitch. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe to everything that we have going on in the wonderful world of everything pro wrestling. I thank you guys. This show is always about the fans, by the fans, for the fans is one of the phrases I like to use. Hubs has many catchphrases. He's like The Rock with it. So do me a favor and make sure that you guys are giving him a follow and showing him some love too. I just dropped his link. Let's get into some comments from folks, and then we'll say what we need to say, and then we'll get into. I haven't been able to give my thoughts on Hulk Hogan. Like, if you guys have seen stuff, I haven't said a word. I didn't retweet anything. Usually I put up something. I haven't said a word because I had to take some time in to digest all of this, in a sense, but I'll tell you everything that's going on. Clown in the house.
Cleasy, 130, 420 in the building. Appreciate you.
Clowns this afternoon, everyone. Greatly appreciate you, Clown. Thank you for popping in. Joel with the $2 super chat, my friend. Thank you. The best part of Monday, Sean and Conrad with the fist bump. Thank you, Joel.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend.
I appreciate that. Ray Thompson with the $10 super chat, man. Just wanted to give you guys a big thank you for making Mondays better. Looking forward to all the content on both your channels. Ray, thank you, man.
Ray, that's very kind. You know how I feel about you and your family, man. I always show you love, and you show love right back. God bless you, man.
Absolutely, man. Thank you, and we do it for you guys. So thank you for the $10 super chat. It does go a long way, I promise you. We got Quills in the house. Sir Quills says, what up, Conrad, Sean, and chat? Your boy Sir Quills is back again to enjoy my two favorite bros, CJ and Hubs, for episode 152 of the best wrestling podcast out today, Clash of the By God podcast. with the hashtags for EPW and HWW. And he says, let's get into the SummerSlam preview and predictions episode. I'm quite intrigued to hear some predictions and outcomes and theories, and who knows how predictable or spontaneous this pay-per-view will be. PLE, my good sir. But for the record, let it be known that I'm looking forward way more to Forbidden Door than this. Yeah,
well, so I'm with you 100%. It's going to be a pay-per-view to me until the day I leave this earth. So until the day I close my eyes for the last time, I will continue to call it pay-per-view because PLE is stupid. So, Quills, we are once again, as usual, on the same page.
Look, man, I'll probably never be able to call it PLE without thinking about it. I'm getting better lately, but I force myself to say PLE for this company. Jasim in the house saying, yeet. That's got to be for Sean.
Appreciate that. Jasim showed up for Hubbernomics last week, man, when I gave my breakdown of the Hulk Hogan situation. What you heard in the opening of tonight's show was basically a microwave version of my synopsis of the Hulk Hogan situation. If you want to hear more, please go back to the latest edition of Hubbernomics. You can hear everything I had to say about Hulk Hogan, both good and bad. And I am, as I'm sure you guys are, very interested to hear Conrad's take on everything, which is coming up right after we do our shout-outs.
Appreciate that, Sean.
Yep. God bless you, Vinny, the only Vinny we like. He says happy Monday and SummerSlam week. God bless y'all. Not going to put Vinny on blast. Don't want to embarrass him. But he said some very, very nice things to me in my Instagram DMs about my Hulk Hogan commentary. Very encouraging. Not surprising coming from a man of God like Vinny. So, yeah, I appreciate you, my friend. M. Leezy Fo Sheezy says, hello, good evening. Everyone, hope you had a good weekend, and let's kick this wrestling week off right with the two aces of our pro wrestling community. M. Leezy has continued to show love and to be respectful and appreciative of our product to the point where he has taken over so many responsibilities when it comes to our social media posts and things of that nature. M. Leezy, you are much appreciated. He goes on to say, Sir Quills, I agreed, excited for Forbidden Door is going to look like. I will say SummerSlam Sunday looks more appeasing than SummerSlam Saturday, minus Punk and Gunther. Well, SummerSlam Night 1 also has Jey Uso and Roman in the tag match, but, I know that's up in the air about how people feel about that. We'll get into that later. M. Leezy says, again, classy of AEW to acknowledge Hulk Hogan passing and give their condolences to the family. But I got to say how has Collision been booked with who was on it. I don't think it has to be a coincidence. Fair enough.
Did I send you that, Sean?
You did not, my brother. You did not.
I thought I did, but look back at the Collision card, and I didn't notice it at first. I didn't notice it until I saw the post. And just tell me something you noticed in every segment, every match, and every piece of the show.
I will do. But before I do that, I got to do a big shout out to Miracle. I'm searching for a miracle. I see the impossible. Shout out to Miracle, man. Appreciate you being here.
All love, Miracle, man. Appreciate you. Our good friend Jesse from the Pro Wrestler Shoe says, hola. I was going to say, hola, Ovito, but you got to know the blueprint for that.
No, Jesse, text me, bro. I got to holler at you. Appreciate you being here, my friend.
They'll be live tomorrow. Make sure you check them out, or they'll have a video. They got something always going on over there at the Pro Wrestling Shoes. So I got to show my guys some love. You are appreciated. MJB in the place to be says, yo, what's good, MJB?
And on behalf of MJB in the place to be, I got to say, real love. I'm searching for a real love.
Is this that skin lotion commercial?
Heart free? No.
Yo, who picked that song, bro? Another podcast I listen to, they bring that up.
Look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's Mary J. Ain't a darn thing changed.
Oh, goodness.
For the record, MJB in the place to be is our homie. We appreciate you, as we appreciate Dougie V in the building, saying another Monday, another class, Sean Conrad. And let's teach me how to Dougie, and I'm definitely going to teach you how to Dougie. Teach you how to Dougie. Everybody love me. Everybody love me. Everybody love you. You ain't messing with my Dougie. Shout out to Doug, man. Appreciate you.
Yes. Hey, and by the way, I did send that to you. I just looked because I sent it to you again. just so you
Where?
can see it
On my
on your
phone?
phone.
On my
I
text
texted to you.
messages?
Mm-hmm.
Son of a gun. You know what I think you was talking about? I thought you was talking about Facebook. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
Okay.
Zach in the house says, Happy International Milk Chocolate Day, everybody. Always good to be a piece of milk chocolate.
Well, big shout out to Zach. My girl calls me milk chocolate, so I think this day is in honor of me.
I'm leaving that one there.
You should leave that one there because that was not for you. That was my girl that's watching at her crib right now. Appreciate you.
McKinney in the house says, Yo, I'm here to talk Wrestle with the Fire live chat. My favorite duo of wrestling podcast, Clash of the Podcast, and to let y'all know when you don't have the best, make the best of what you have. I love it, McKinney.
Well said, McKinney. Appreciate you, big guy. Appreciate you, my dog.
Our friend giving the hat tip to our good friend Joe Compton. What's going on, EPW family? What's going on, Joe? How are you?
Joe Compton, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you being here as always, as we always appreciate XG Dub. XG Dub never fails to leave a comment on Hubbernomics, man. I appreciate you, my guy.
Always love.
And we're praying for you, too. We have not forgotten.
Yes. E's in the house. I can't put up the first comment you put in your Iron Sheik voice, but hey, yo, what's good?
I want to say to Easy E, you're a tough cookie. Sometimes you be ODing, but you know what? In this case, I think you're onto something, my guy. I understand how you feel, brother. I understand how you feel.
Love E. Cactus is in the house as well. He said, I'm here for the smoke. The smoked turkey and ham holds out plate. $5, son. $5. BJ in the house saying, yo, what's good, Beach?
What up, BJ? Appreciate the follow back on Instagram. Definitely wanted to follow you and show you some love, man. You returned it right back. Always appreciate it.
Byron Cutler, first we need to rant. Just found out Def Rebel uses AI. Oh, you're behind, Byron. You're behind, brother. They've been using that AI. That's why them themes are. Derek in the house. My guy Hubs.
My guy Derek, I appreciate you.
Oh, it's coming, E. Trust me. He said, why you being humble? It's coming. I'm gonna interject again, bro. I'm gonna interject again. Conrad has been so hush-hush about this Hogan thing. And I didn't want to put Vinny on blast, and it was in a good way because Vinny said something nice. I just don't want to embarrass him with the kind things that he said because he's a real G like me. So shout out to the only Vinny we like once again. But I am going to put Conrad on blast. Oh, yes, I am. Conrad was supposed to be on Hubbernomics with me talking about Hulk Hogan, and he did not do it. He declined. He was not, and I'm saying it, putting it on blast because Conrad always accommodates. Conrad always is ready to collaborate. Conrad is the best tag team partner you could ever have. But for this one, he couldn't do it. And you know why? I just figured out why. Conrad wasn't ready to talk. He was not ready to talk. And I guess today is the day. And I had other stuff to do that was going on behind the scenes too. But we'll throw that. I'll let you rock though. I'll let you rock with it. I see people talk about Mary J. Denver Murray. Hello everyone. My birthday is tomorrow. Well, welcome. Happy birthday, Denver.
Happy birthday.
Great birthday. And enjoy it, man. Tyler Helton in the house as well. What's good, Tyler? Appreciate you popping in here. Deanna's in the house. Look at Deanna snuck in here. Talk about some trash dookie themes. They are.
Deanna.
And before we exit out of here, I did promise my friends over at Triller TV that I would mention that they do have Summer Jams, Summer Slams, and Summer Supercard Wrestling Week on Triller TV. It's going to start on the 28th, which is today. Triller TV is going to have a bunch of stuff on. You're going to get GCW Japan 2025. That's going to be on there. You guys can check out GCW 2025 Tokyo Square. They're going to be in Korakuen Hall. House of Glory High Intensity is also going to be a part of this package. GCW Josh Barnett Bloodsport 14. GCW ID Showcase. I believe that's probably for WWE ID talent, I'm assuming. GCW Hit 'em Up. If you ever noticed, they use a lot of rap songs for their names of their shows. But yeah, if you guys are interested in GCW and their shows, go over to Triller TV and check them out. Don't say I didn't do nothing for you. Boom. Here we go. Let's see here. Yeah, there. Clown knows. Clown's a big GCW fan. what is that? They need to get that AEW back for the US. Look at that. Joel says I have Triller TV Plus. Yeah, it's all included with my subscription for. Oh, it's only $8. That's not bad. And I got a free 7-day trial too. That's not bad. GCW card looks good this week. That's Brett. He picks the names. Yeah, he must be like a mixtape fan from back in the day. All right, we're gonna start with this Hulk Hogan thing, and here's what I'm gonna tell you, Sean. I'm gonna tell a lot of truth in this with everything that's been going on this past week, and probably how I've always felt about Hulk Hogan. So, Sean, forgive me. I'm telling you now, Sean, forgive me.
Bro, just because, let me tell you something, man. Just because I don't cuss doesn't mean you can't. This is your show. This is my show.
No. I'm not going to cuss. I don't need to cuss. That's not even the purpose of this.
Fair enough.
I can say what I have to say, but I'm going to tell the truth about a lot of things, though, right now with how I feel. So, was it Thursday, Sean?
It was Thursday, yes.
We found out that Hulk Hogan had passed away. And I'm going to sandwich this. I'm going to start off being polite. I wrote down how I felt about the entire history of like Hulk Hogan and everything else that's been going on with this. And Sean, if you want to indulge with me here, if you want to stop, ask me questions, because I know you said how you feel, but if you want to get into it some more too, let's get it. So here's what I wrote down. All right. And I'm telling you this off rip. Hulk Hogan, he did things for the business. Absolutely. What Sean said is true too. Dirtbag. Like, I'm not going to hide how I really feel about this guy. But what I'm going to do, though, is I'm not going to sit up here. I'm not going to cuss. I'm not going to dance on this person's grave. He's not here. He's got family. All right. Think of, if you like Brooke Hogan because she separated herself from him, she's got kids. They don't want to read about this one day and they're like, oh, dang, grandpa was what? Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're going to read that anyway. They don't need to see people, you know what I mean, cussing out the family and all that stuff. All right. Fair ground that we're on.
Let's go.
I am not the biggest Hulk Hogan fan. Never have been from day one. You're going to see some stuff that might be contrary to this later on. But as a kid who grew up watching wrestling, I was more a fan of Shawn Michaels, Bret the Hitman Hart, Randy Savage. I like the bad guys even growing up. Ted DiBiase, Demolition. Like, that's what I grew up on. And like I said, Sean, if you want to jump in at any of these points, feel free. I grew up with the ability to watch.
I was a Hulkamaniac, and I'm ashamed, not really ashamed. I'm not ashamed for, 10-year-old me, but it sucks because, the guy turned out to be a bad person. You know what I'm saying? So I think you're in a better spot than I am, Brother Conrad, because you never liked him to begin with. So the transition wasn't very hard for you. See, this has been a big transition. 2015 was a transition period for me. I stopped liking Hulk Hogan in 2015. I stopped liking Terry Bollea as a human being in 2015. You, on the other hand, did not have to make that transition.
Correct. And I think it's probably a little easier for me dealing with that. But like I said, WWF was probably the first wrestling I knew. I've told the story before. I'll tell it again. I could not speak before I knew what wrestling was. Like, I've always watched pro wrestling all of my life. I can remember the blue little shoebox my parents bought me with like Jake the Snake, Robert Snake, Boss Man's baton in it, Hacksaw Jim Duggan's 2x4. I can remember all that stuff, but I don't remember being able to talk, process thoughts, but I can remember little stuff like that. And I just thought wrestling was cool. I was able to keep up with wrestling in magazines and a bunch of other stuff, right? Normal kid. And I went back and I studied history about pro wrestling. I think I've told Sean, I watched wrestling probably in the early 90s. I can remember my first show was in 92. The main event, one of them was Undertaker versus British Bulldog. And I remember being scared of Undertaker. Fast forward to a lot of this. I then started renting tapes from Blockbuster. I watched WCW Starrcade. I watched all of this stuff. Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 3, body slamming Andre the Giant. And I'm telling you this stuff because I want you to see how stuff has been painted throughout this career. There's misunderstandings about the history of Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was a star before he was in the WWE again. Hulk Hogan was in Rocky, all right? Hulk Hogan was on Johnny Carson. Hulk Hogan did a lot of things. I know people will tell you, oh, the WWF made him a star. He was a star before that. Way before that. He comes in 1983. They do the quickest, like, you got to get on this, say Bob Backlund, and we're putting the belt on you as soon as 84 begins. He beats the Iron Sheik in the Garden. He does his thing. And I could sit up here and I could get into how Vince McMahon said, oh, my dad sold me the company for, what was it, $1 million? I don't know what the exact price was. $1 million. And it was real hard. If I missed one payment, I wasn't going to do it. If you've ever listened to the commentary, Linda McMahon already ousted him on that. The truth is, he made all of his money from the Garden, and he was good to go from off rip. He was like, yeah, the Garden covered the base payment.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, anytime he says that stuff, I'm just letting you know, like, we got to call balls and strikes here when you got to call him for it. They knew Hogan was the guy. I don't know, Sean, if you felt like it could have been anyone else during that time period, Dusty, anyone else.
I don't think it would have been Bob Backlund, even though they tried with Bob Backlund. I think it could have been Dusty. But you know what? Maybe Dusty wasn't as big of a scumbag as Hogan was. Maybe Vince or whoever made these decisions, and when I say Vince Sr., maybe Vince Sr. knew that Hogan was not that good of a human being. Maybe that's the reason for the delay. But of course, we know that Vince Jr. didn't care about being a good person; only cared about was making money. So that's where we got that from.
Yeah. They did all their stuff, man. Like I said, you'll get a lot of stuff on DVD telling all of these things. The WWF, I want to say this real quick too. They did not save pro wrestling. Pro wrestling, Sean, when we were growing up, it was not in bingo halls where there was just smoke in the air and, oh man, there's only 20 people here. Look at the WWF's coming to town next week, everybody. Let's go. Wrestling was fire before they had all these TV deals. Territories were on fire. You can go find pictures. You can go look it up. They eventually suffered because of television. That was what made the WWF successful. And
your accurate point. The Great American Bash back in the day wasn't one night; it was a week.
Yeah, yeah. War games, baby, if you will. You getting it all tonight. Ric Flair, cowbell. But yeah, you would just go through all of that stuff, right? And I'm gonna fast forward through all this. We know Hogan hits the body slam, great. WrestleMania 4, he's back at it again. He drops the title for a little bit to Savage to try to freshen things up. Maybe they saw like Gates going down, or Hogan had to do movies. I don't know, whatever story you
no holds barred. Otherwise, Hogan would have never lost the title. Let's not even give Hogan that much credit.
Yeah, so they get into all of this stuff, and the marriage between Vince McMahon and Hulk Hogan can't be understated. And I'm calling him Vince McMahon for this just to be historically accurate. This guy has drawing power. McMahon has the marketing. It's a happy marriage between the two. That's why it worked. That's what WrestleMania 19 is all built off of. Like, it's the marriage. Who made it? Was it Vince or was it Hogan? Who made the WWE? It was both of them. And you could probably, if you put together their histories, see why a lot of this stuff worked. I'm just saying. But in 1993, Vince McMahon realized Hulk Hogan wasn't a draw anymore. WrestleMania 9, you've heard me and Sean talk about it. I don't have to get into it. Hogan then goes off. He's basically gone, and he's doing shows. He's trying to figure out how to make money and everything. And here comes Eric Bischoff. Eric Bischoff, looking back in hindsight, and I was just thinking about this, Sean. He probably gave Hulk Hogan way more than he needed to.
Of course he did.
To get him to come back. And Hogan took it, and he ran with it. X amount of pay-per-views. You guys can go find the contract. It's online. Like, it's crazy. And the 1998 one's even crazier after that. Like, you're just like, yo, what are we doing? Hulk Hogan started off as a babyface in WCW. He did some things. And then we got what I think Sean would call greatest heel turn in history.
Yeah, it has to be.
He turns, man. Like I said, I can remember one of the nitros after, like one of the first 2 or 3. Like, there was a grandma in the crowd who tried to punch Hulk Hogan, and I was like, yeah, this is working 100%. And then we get the greatest debacle in WCW history. Sean, I think you know the pay-per-view I'm referring to.
I definitely do. Talk to him, brother.
Starrcade 1997. Yeah,
they fumbled. You're talking about that's for all you kids out there. Oh, he fumbled the bag. He fumbled her. She fumbled him. This was the ultimate fumble. After a year of good TV, they fumbled in an epic way.
Bro, that is the equivalent of the butt fumble in Jets history. Like, that was bad, bro. They mess up, they blow it all. You can do your research. I'm sure Hogan flexes political muscle, and that's one of the other bad things about him is his backstage stuff. You can get into all that. He goes away for a little bit, and then he comes back again in 2002, Sean. He does his match with The Rock. Hulk Hogan, here's one of the things that I could say about him and why I'm like, it always worked, bro. He knew at WrestleMania 6 how to do this, and he knew at 18. He knew how to make sure he walked out looking like a star, and people were going to remember him. Remember at WrestleMania 6, why? Mm-hmm. I remember him going down. Same thing at this one. He holds his stomach and he puts his hand out, and he found a way to get over on Rock. His political crap just never ended, Sean. It never ended. He always found a way to come out smelling like, how'd you get over on The Rock, bro? Like, that's crazy. That is crazy.
Like, underhanded people do underhanded things, man.
But it's a skill, too. It's a skill. He knew, like, they'll cheer me for this. He ends up getting a run with the title. It was 1 month, but Hulk Hogan is technically recognized as the last WWF champion.
That is true, because it crossed over, yep.
Yep. I say all that to get into, we get Hogan Knows Best. We get him in TNA, him and Bischoff. I could go on for Bischoff giving his critiques and advices about TNA in recent days. You're the reason they're in this place, but I won't get into that too deeply. But Don, have you ever met Hulk Hogan?
I have not.
I have. People may not know this. I have met Hulk Hogan. I met him after a TNA base brawl show.
What?
And yeah, probably a year before his scandal. I've never told you a lot of stories. TNA base brawl show. I met him, and he came through where I worked at the time and met a bunch of us. And nice guy, shook my hand, said, "Hey, thank you guys so much."
Appeared to be a nice guy, right? Go ahead.
Correct. Came through, and I'm talking like I'm in that moment. Before we found out everything. I shook his hand. I was like, "Oh, seemed like a nice guy, you know, whatever." I wasn't amazed. I wasn't falling back. It's gonna be crazy, man. Sean, our good friend Malik's in the house. What up, Malik? He said, let's meet up. He's gonna be in your city this weekend. Dang, man, it's just insane, a lot of it. And Vinny, I did jump over some of the stuff with Shawn Michaels and all those other folks, Bret Hart. Like I said, I didn't want to get too deep into this because I'll end up taking over the whole show. We could do probably a 4-hour podcast on everything he's done. But I met him. What else do I want you to know about him before we get into this? His last pay-per-view match is at Bound for Glory 2011 against Sting. His last matches that people saw were in the UK, 6-man tags in TNA. And then he stopped. And then a tape came out, Sean. The Gawker tapes. And this is where, well, first you had the I Don't Want to Come Back Reincarnated. Those tapes leaked where his son got in trouble for the car accident. Mm-hmm. And I Don't Want to Get Reincarnated. And you can learn what the wrestling carny terms were, because I'm not even going to repeat those things. But that should have been clue one. Not a good dude. Going back to this, he sues Gawker for $100 million, and he ends up settling for like 30 or 31 million, around there, right? He could have prevented probably this tape from coming out, but he didn't care, Sean. He didn't care. He wanted the money. He wanted $30 million, and he thought that I'm Hulk Hogan. Anything can happen. I don't need to do anything differently than this. And the racist crap that comes out of his mouth was awful. Something even someone who didn't like Hulk Hogan, like me, I would have never expected that. And I think it lost him a lot of fans. It lost him a lot of respect. It got him booted out of the wrestling video games. He was doing stuff with the WWE. They kicked him out the Hall of Fame. He lost it all. And I just thought it sucked, man. And it really hurt him badly. Yeah. Go ahead.
I think I've crossed over from heartbroken to anger. The initial tapes coming out put me in a state of sadness. I mean, how old am I now? 38? Or talking about like 28 years old, 29 years old, something in that ballpark. And grown man with at the time a 3-year-old son, heartbroken, crying. I had tears in my eyes, man. I felt like something literally got stolen from me. But not long after that, that turned into anger. And that anger has lasted a long time. And I probably say that anger lasted all the way up until last Thursday, Conrad. So trust me, I understand.
Yeah, and it probably annoyed both of us just as equally. And I'm just throwing these pictures up just because I had them there, but yeah, he doubled down with all of his stuff, man. And what bad stuff did Hogan do? He busted up the union that Jesse Ventura was going to try to start. They had a deposition basically where Jesse's attorney could ask whatever he wanted, and he said, "Hey, how did you know Jesse Ventura was talking about starting a union back in 1986?" Vince, they said without hesitation, said, "Oh, Hulk Hogan told me," and Hogan has since admitted to telling on him. And that was your friend? Like that's what you do? But apparently they saw how much money he got for WrestleMania 3, and they said, of course he wouldn't want people to know that. Look at the money he got. They said if you added up everyone else's money, it did not equal what Hogan got paid.
Right.
So it shows you the selfish world of pro wrestling and things that happen. The stories about The Undertaker at Survivor Series 91, the tombstone. Oh, you got me, brother, my neck. And if you go back and watch, it's one of the worst tombstones ever.
Because between Jake Roberts at WrestleMania 8 and Hulk Hogan at Survivor Series 91, Hulk Hogan's head was 2 feet off the ground. It wasn't even close. But you know what it was? I'm speculating here. Oh, this young kid, because people don't realize Undertaker was young at the time, because you look at the Undertaker, you never realize he ever was young, right? Because he was always a dead man walking. But this young kid's gonna be a star. Matter of fact, I mean, he's booked to beat me tonight at Survivor Series. Maybe they'll give me the title back Tuesday in Texas. But let me just make sure I kind of put him in a bad spot right here and now. So let me act like this guy hurt me to derail this man's career. Let me act like let me portray this man to be an unsafe worker. I mean, it's disgusting.
Yeah. And I don't know, man. We can get into like he fired a spokesperson. He doubled down. He started doing political stuff and leaned into the side that would appreciate the stuff that he didn't apologize for. He didn't apologize to a locker room of wrestlers that were looking. They were wanting him to apologize. They wanted to forgive him, I would assume. At least half of them, you know. You're not going to get everybody back after you say something like that, but they were like, say something good here. And he said, don't get caught while the cameras are running. And it's just a travesty because a lot of people grew up probably idolizing that man. Once again, not me, but other people for their sake. I know a lot of people who really, really like that was their guy, Hulk Hogan, when they were growing up as kids. And I can understand that, you know, but they wanted him to say the right thing and he couldn't do the right thing at that moment. Even you couldn't even apologize. You couldn't humble yourself. And he got into all of this other stuff. And it's just sad, Sean, in totality.
It's sad, and honestly, it's one of those things that'll go down in infamy in the world of wrestling and the world of pop culture forever. I think people are kind of pulling back a little bit because he passed away. But, you know, there's still a lot of resentment in my heart toward the man. You know, but like I said, as a Christian and as I like to think I'm a good person, I'm not going to, like you articulated earlier, dance on his grave. But it's once again another example of don't meet, or in this case, don't hear outside of a character, you know, from your heroes, because they'll only disappoint you. Terry Bollea was nothing like Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan, the character, is a hero. Hulk Hogan, the character, is an amazing human being. Terry Bollea is not. And Terry Bollea is the reason that Bret Hart got shafted at WrestleMania 9. Terry Bollea is the reason that The Undertaker got a bad rap for an unnecessary situation regarding the tombstone. Terry Bollea is the reason why we didn't get a proper payback, or I should say payoff, at Starrcade '97. Terry Bollea is the reason why Hulk Hogan got labeled a racist, because it wasn't Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan didn't do anything wrong. Terry Bollea did. But unfortunately, we must associate the two, because I don't care if it's a character. I don't care if that's who you portrayed on TV. Because you know what, Conrad? From the summer of 2015, I have not been able to separate the two.
Yeah, it's very difficult to do. And I know many wrestlers, Rock, Nash, insert anyone who's anybody in this business, have had their thoughts and things like that. And some people aren't going to like them. Some people are going to love them. Some people are going to hate them. And that's okay. It's okay for people to have different thoughts about this. People are grieving. People are feeling some kind of way about that. And I just want to tell people it's okay for people to have differences. And
Conrad, I want to, shout out to all our white and Spanish and whoever viewers. I know you guys rock with us no matter what the color. We got nothing but love for you guys. But I wanna, because I didn't even say this on Hubbonomics, Conrad. Just don't worry, I see your face. Don't panic. I want to say this to our black viewers specifically, and I'll extend it to people of color, because this is something I struggle with, Conrad. Never told you this either. It's okay, people of color, to miss the memories of Hulk Hogan. That's okay. It's okay to miss the nostalgia of the character Hulk Hogan. It's okay. It's okay that you were a Hulkamaniac. I had to tell myself that it's okay. This is me talking to myself now, Conrad. You, as a 14, 13, 12, 10-year-old kid, didn't know any better. You're not to be blamed for your fandom. And it's not wrong. I can't believe I'm even saying this. Just from the heart. It's not wrong to feel two things at once. I am sad about what's taking place. And at the same time, I am furious and disgusted at the way he conducted himself as a human being. It's okay to feel both.
And it's not going to be the last time that we feel this way, Sean. We're going to feel this way maybe when Ric Flair's name comes up, when Vince McMahon's name comes up. It's okay to feel angry about these things. And to people who are getting upset, listen, the biggest thing I've been saying, if that's how you feel how you feel. And I've been saying that all week. Some people are like, oh, this person's being too harsh. If that's how they feel. This person's being too soft. And I just keep saying, if that's how they feel. I feel a certain way about this. And I said that I was going to bear a lot of truths here before I get into my final line, and then we're just going to get into SummerSlam.
Well, let me ask you a question, and I want you to take the whole thing for yourself, my friend.
Okay.
Between Hubbonomics and now on the Clash, how do you think, this is me and you having a private conversation in front of our wonderful fans and viewers, how do you feel that I feel about the Hulk Hogan situation? Like, if you had to wrap it up in 3 sentences or less.
I think that Sean Hubbard comes across as disappointed, hurt, but thankful for the memories that he had growing up, if that makes sense. And I know that might not be in the best order, but that's how I think you feel.
I think you wrapped that up absolutely perfectly. The floor is yours, my friend.
I'm going to tell you guys something. I did a show. Probably the same night Sean had called me. I was out, and then I consulted with Sean all day on if I should do this show because I didn't know enough and I didn't have time to research every single thing about this show. I didn't know who I was going to be on with, but they said, hey, you're a wrestling expert. Do you want to come on and talk some pro wrestling? Do you want to talk about Hulk Hogan? Sean knows what was said. I don't even know if I have to get into every single thing that was said.
You're good, brother. You're good.
But I think they wanted it portrayed a certain way. I did not do that. I could not do that. Because I don't know if they realize, but you called a brother up to be on your show, brother. And I'm not going to fake the funk for anybody. But I'm also not going to dance on someone's grave. I'm not going to do any of that other stuff. I could have went on there and wild out, and then they would have just cut me off real quick, and it would have been done and over with. Yeah. I didn't do that. But it's real. I was on Talk TV in London. And as you guys can see, I didn't know what was going to come of it. I said, it's my chance to talk pro wrestling, be on the news, and get an opportunity to maybe help us out here on Clash, help out the brand. I don't know what I was thinking.
You were being selfless. In case people didn't hear my pronunciation, selfless in offering up your services to help both of us and to represent your brand, our brand, with the educated and respectful manner in which you did.
Yeah. And so I did talk to the news. I'm not Brian Alvarez. I'm not Sean Ross Sapp. I'm not any of them. But I took an opportunity because someone reached out to me. And now I can always say I was on international TV talking about Hulk Hogan, no matter what you say. And it was the morning for them over in London. So I was like, okay. Now, did I feel like there was a spin on it? Maybe I did, but it's what it is. And someone commented that they didn't like what I had to say. Okay, if that's how you feel. That is my motto, I promise you, for the week. Okay, if that's how you feel. And it's okay to feel that way. And Sean, I'm going to tell you guys something else that, like I said, I'm going to bear a lot of truths right now. Sean, do you know how many degrees I have?
My understanding is that you have 3.
I'm going to show you one of the first ones that I ever got. I crossed out a lot of the stuff, but you see that kid there. I had a lot of hair back then. You see that? That's me. And I'm going to show you a bigger version of it. But I did get past first grade, so it's official. You can say you saw proof. Conrad did make it to first grade. Probably where my brain stopped working, but I did make it there. But this is my kindergarten.
Oh my God!
You could bring a toy and you could take a picture with it. And my mom said, you know what you should bring? A wrestling buddy. And why did she pick Hulk Hogan for me? My mother, who doesn't know anything about wrestling, if you asked her to show you what a wrist lock was, she'd probably show you a wristwatch. She knows nothing about wrestling, but you know what she does know? She knows who Andre the Giant is. She knows who Hulk Hogan is, and she knows a few people. And that's the truth. How many Hulk Hogan action figures I had? She didn't care. She was like, he likes wrestling here. And you know what my mother bought me a couple weeks ago? It was Father's Day. A WWF shirt. And she said, do you like it? And right in the middle of it, do you know who was on it? Ripping their shirt like this. And I said, no, thanks. I don't want it. And you can ask my brother Cam if I said that. And I said, no, thanks. I don't want to wear that shirt. And she said, I understand. And she understood completely. And I actually talked with her about doing that show too. And she was the one like, do it. Do it. You know your stuff. Don't let anyone change who you are. Talk how you want to talk. So I say a lot of that stuff to say this. And do you care if I have the last moment on this, Sean, with Hogan?
Please, you have been. I wouldn't have it any other way.
This is how I want to end this show. This is my last thought about Hogan for this, and then we don't have to talk about him anymore. Hulk Hogan was a mainstream star, and there's one quote that could sum up everything. You either live long enough to be, or excuse me, let me get this quote right. You either die a hero or you live long enough to become a villain. And Hulk Hogan was able to accomplish both. And I'll leave that where it is. That was my final stance on it. I will go through what people have here. We did just get a super chat from our good friend Joe Compton. He said, I am sad about Hulk Hogan passing and mixed about Terry Bollea passing. Terry was a father, brother, and son. I don't condone his views on certain topics, so there is confliction for that very reason. Understood. Thank you, E. E knew where the quote came from. And I do believe that quote wholeheartedly when it comes to entertainment, this and everything that we do. Because one day I might be the guy, too, who stop your babbling, old man, and I'm the villain in what I'm saying. Just think about that, though, anytime you're talking with somebody and all that. I appreciate you guys. I wouldn't have gotten that opportunity if it wasn't for you guys. I wouldn't have got it if it wasn't for Sean, if it wasn't for Derek, if it wasn't for Rob, if it wasn't for people in the background who helped me. So thank you guys for that. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. And if one of these other guys gets it, I'm going to support them just as much. So thank you for that. And like I said, if I couldn't do it, I would have said, yo, I got someone who could. And I would have gave him Sean's number. I promise you. And Sean knows I've done that already for many of things. I'm like, here, holla at Sean, man. He's the guy you want for it.
Conrad, I'm not gonna do too much of this right now. I'm just gonna say you're a really good friend.
Hey, all love, man. All love. BJ, thank you for posting the socials and everything that's in there. Joe Compton, thank you again. Deanna, can we talk about about my pictures? And Vinny said,
I don't care about the Hogan buddy. Like, Hogan is kind of like Hogan's on, RFP, but Hogan's not my favorite person. But that hair, bro. Hair.
It was longer than that before that.
Nah, but you were looking kind of smooth with that hair, Playboy.
Yo, and that was a Bills AFC Championship sweatsuit I had on too, just for the
nice respect.
We didn't win though. All right, so moving on. Let's talk SummerSlam, Sean. Shall we?
Yeah.
Let's rock with it, man. Are you excited for this show coming up? Chat, same question. Are you excited for SummerSlam?
I hate to say it, I kind of am. Like,
me too.
You know what kind of put me over the top? The TLC match. It made me feel better about the show.
I love it. Which member of El DeBarge was that? Johnny? Shut up, E.
So E is hilarious.
He always got jokes. I wouldn't have it any other way. So looking at it, we've got a breakdown already of how the nights are going to go, Sean. And I guess I'll show you Saturday first. Looking at this, like you mentioned, to me, this is like a 2-match card, really.
You know what? I'm gonna be a little bit more fair than that. I'm glad you started off right there. It's not a 2-match card. It's not a 2-match card. I think people need to really wake up and look around, man. This is a 4-match card, bro. And and Conrad, I need 10 seconds by myself on camera.
I'm working overtime here. Hold on.
Real quick. Everybody knows I'm the world's biggest critic of WWE. Okay, you can take me off now. At the end of the day, bro, it's a 4-match card. It's a 4-match card. It really is. It really is. Like no cap. It's a 4-match card.
What I'm saying is, Sean, I think they could have balanced it better, though. Like, I think here's the thing.
I don't think so. Because Sunday is a 4-match card too. WWE actually got this one right so far. I'm actually moderately excited. Both nights are 4-match cards, Conrad. I'm telling you.
Let's go through the matches and let's see what happens here. Let's see what we got because the Sunday one's not complete.
Guess which form I'm talking about. You need to at least put it out there what you think. Think?
So, Punk Gunther.
Yep.
Roman Reigns, Jey Uso versus Bronson Reed and Breaker and Reed.
Yep.
I will go with the women's tag title match.
No.
And then I was going to go Tiffany and Jay Cargill. So I don't know.
I'm thinking Sammy and Karrion Kross.
Really?
Yeah, man.
I would have got it wrong either way.
Okay.
I got it wrong either way. I'm going to the chat real quick because I just want to see. Miracle says I'm looking forward to it, my brothers. Okay.
There you go.
We see where the intern gets that smile and hair.
There you go.
That's true. When he loses, he's gonna be mad at me too. Vinny says, for it. I was at the last 2 SummerSlams. Weird watching from home again. Derek putting up the flex. Mm-hmm. Saturday is good. Sunday is the better card. I agree with Matt there. My main event is the triple threat women's world title with Naomi retaining. Joe Compton says, I'm cautiously optimistic about how well Jelly Roll's going to do on Friday. He looked good this past Friday.
He did.
Tiffany and Jade is the lacking match, in my opinion. Ooh, okay. And Matt says, I think Tiffany and Jade will be good. Jesse's coming in already. I'll watch night 2.
I respect it.
Sammy and Karrion Kross in the women's tag team title match, Noob says. Sunday is a 5 card with a TLC. Yeah. I wish the women's U.S. title was defended like all the other titles. I think that's happening on SmackDown, if I'm not mistaken. I hate 2-night shows. I like the 2-night shows a little bit, but I don't know if you needed it for SummerSlam quite yet, but WrestleMania definitely did. Let's get into it, Sean. Let's go through these matches. Let's start with the celebrity match, because I think they should open with this. By the way, Drew McIntyre might be having a little hard time getting back here for this. I don't believe that for a second.
I don't believe it at all.
I think that was just a
work. See me do me der.
I would clip that, Sean, but I think we'll get in trouble. But I wouldn't clip that. Listen, here's the thing in this match. All you have to do is let Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre do their thing. Logan Paul, you could do some of your things, and Jelly Roll do the 5 or whatever, how many ever things they taught you how to do. Bump, and I don't know if he's going to do choke slams, whatever they've taught him how to do, like, do your thing here. In this, I mean, give your prediction, and what do you want to see out of this, Sean, for a celebrity match?
It's going to be Jelly Roll and Randy Orton, and it's going to be an RKO to win the match, and it's not going to be Randy Orton that does it.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be the babyfaces win. Jelly Roll gets his triumphant moment. I need Conrad and Russo to do a Booking the Territories pod. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what they're going to wind up doing here.
I'm telling you, it's going to be an RKO by Jelly Roll on Logan Paul.
So you think Logan's taking the pen here?
Oh, 100%.
Man.
And rightfully so.
Sean said that with his chest, y'all. You couldn't see him for audio listeners. Sean said that with his chest. Rightfully so, he said.
That's right.
Yeah, if I had to put one that I'm like, what is the guaranteed moment that you're pretty sure you're going to get right? That is the match for sure. Let's get into a match you're excited for. Set this one up for us, Sean.
Look, Sami Zayn has been going back and forth with Karrion Kross for a long time. He got the win in Saudi Arabia. That makes a lot of sense. But, I think Karrion Kross is on the verge of superstardom, man. And if WWE doesn't screw it up like they always do, I think it's a no-brainer. I think Karrion Kross wins, but boy, oh boy, do I think Karrion Kross beating Sami Zayn is certainly not going to be the last thing Sami Zayn does on this pay-per-view.
I'm interested to hear what you think. So, if Karrion Kross wins, does that mean he's signed to you?
Oh yeah, I think there's no question. If he loses, he's out the door. This is almost like the decision for the match outcome is going to determine what happens with his career. Yeah.
Who did you predict wins this?
Oh, I say Karrion Kross all the way. I hope WWE's not that stupid.
I think Sammy wins, but he cheats. And he looks at Kross because Kross is like, I was right. Kross can get over by say I was right.
Well, I'm saying that he wins for the reason that you just brought up. You just talked about his contract situation. And I'm kind of bearing that on what's going to happen moving forward. But look, I don't want Karrion Kross to leave, so that's why I'm going to say I don't want Karrion Kross to lose. But if Sammy cheats to win, that's fine. But I think he's going to lose, and I think he's going to be mad about it, and I think he's going to do something about it later that night.
Okay. You let me know when it comes into play here.
Oh, sure.
Let's get into the Judgment Day defending the tag team titles against Alexa Bliss. Oh, no. I wanted to talk about this one with you because I got to see your face for this one.
Okay.
Sean, look at me.
I'm looking at you.
Look at me, Sean.
Looking at you.
Charlotte Flair's getting over a little bit with this. I don't know what happened. I don't know why they care. It's weird. But they're into it, man.
I know why they care, Conrad, because for the first time in Charlotte's career, she's acting like a human being. Not this weird cyborg idiot. Like, she's acting like a human. And that's what the fans want to see. You know what it's going to sound corny, bro. You know what the fans want to see? The fans want to see Charlotte not be a jerk for once. And right now, for the next week and a half until she screws over, until she ends up beating up or turning on Alexa. You're getting human being Charlotte Flair. And the fans are so confused by it and baffled by it. They're like, this is awesome. Like Charlotte's not being a...
Thank you for censoring yourself.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Do you give them the belts here or no? Because you kind of got a back storyline brewing here, but at the same time, you got the popularity of Charlotte and Bliss rising.
I think you give it to them. I think they win the belts, and then maybe Raquel and Roxanne lose it. Win it right back. You got to have the belts on Raquel and Roxanne when Liv gets back. But
I agree.
Has to be at SummerSlam. Like they can win the titles and then lose them back 2 weeks later.
They've done it before, right?
I predict that will not be what happens. I actually predict that Raquel and Roxanne retain. But if Charlotte and Alexa win, it would be the worst thing in the world.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're there then. So you predict Judgment Day retains as well. I just can't go with them just yet. I think you have them come up just short, and then you got to figure out your plans with Liv after. Like, I'm
going to say the same thing. I think Raquel and Roxanne retain, but I also think that there's a small chance that Charlotte and Alexa win, and I think it would be a pretty good positive response from the fans if they end up winning.
Yeah.
But you got to have the titles on Roxanne and Raquel by the time Liv makes her return. You got to have that be the case.
Yeah. Ryan, we did mention Ozzy before, and there's stuff in that past too. I don't want to get into everything with it, but yeah, we did mention Ozzy Osbourne, who was at WrestleMania 2. I think he appeared with the British Bulldogs. But yes, thank you for that reminder, though.
And once again, rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner as well.
That's right, Malcolm Jamal Warner. Shout out to everyone's big brother, Theo. Yeah, Jesse, you're funny, bro. He said we gotta turn this into a shoot, bro. Don't be talking about Cross isn't signed. He's signed already. Sean, I want to ask you this question while we're here. We got 3 matches. What main events this show? Because it looks like they've been playing a little this match. Nope, now it's this match, it looks like. Or is it this match?
For all intents and purposes. By the way, it's not intensive purposes. It's intents and purposes. For all intents and purposes, oh God, I hate that. For all intents and purposes, it should be Gunther and CM Punk. But I got a feeling that if what I think is going to happen happens, this should be the main event.
Do you want me to say this? Do you want me to say this match for last or Punk? Basically, what's the juicier match? Because I think we both have different endings on our mind. My juice, like the thing where I think the big payoff is the world title.
They're all contingent though, because I also have a feel it's not going to be both. That's the key, Conrad. I have a feeling about something being really weird and crazy in the world title match, and I also have a feeling about something weird and crazy happening in the Roman and Jey Uso match as well. Now, if what I'm thinking about with Sami Zayn happens, that would mean that the Orton match, the Jey Uso and Roman match would be last. Because what I'm predicting is going to be crazy. But the other crazy possibility would need to have Gunther and CM Punk be the last match. So I'm going to say the easy way. I'm going to go easy on this. But unfortunately, if I go easy, that means my prediction of Sami Zayn doing what Sami Zayn's going to do probably won't happen. So I'm going to say it's going to be CM Punk and Gunther. But mark my words, Conrad Cushman. If Roman Reigns and Jey Uso against the Bronze are the main event of night 1, oh my. Are you ready?
Let's talk about it. That's the next match I had up. So
all right. Let's say this is not the next. Let's say this is not the main event. It's going to be Jey and Roman winning the match. Everybody yeets. It's going to be Roman acknowledging Jey Uso, not as a tribal chief, but just as the man who won the world title. It's going to be a lot of fun. Easy peasy, 1, 2, 3. If this is the main event, I promise you, Sami Zayn is going to turn on Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. and turn heel and join up with Seth's faction. I promise you. This better not be the last match of the night. Because you know I want Jey Uso to win every match he's in. You know what I mean? This better not be the last match, because if it's the last match, mark my words, Conrad Fishman, if this is the last match of SummerSlam, Sami Zayn is turning on Roman and Jey Uso. Mark my words.
Now, I have a different theory on this one, slightly. I don't know if Sammy's going to get involved, but I want to give you an in-depth look in my mind. You've been questioning my mind for the past few weeks, so I'm going to give you a look into it. Mm-hmm. You have to have one of two things happen. On one side, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed need this win badly. On the other side, you've got Roman and Jey. Roman can't really be losing matches, and Jey Uso needs to win.
It's just them, Us.
They need the win badly as well, though. Jey Uso needs this dub just to keep him in that echelon. If you're not going to pair him back up with Jimmy yet, then you need to let Jey do his thing. How do you get both things done? Who needs to look strong on each side? I just mentioned Jey, but Jey just had the world title. Braun Breaker is their golden guy.
Oh,
we know this. No. I'm not saying anything like that.
Okay.
If Roman's going out to film a movie, Braun Breaker, either on SummerSlam or the next night or on Raw, has to take this guy out. He has to take Roman Reigns out. He's going to be the reason why. Like, he's going to spear him into oblivion. You have to do something to make Braun look strong. My prediction is that the baby faces win. Roman and Jey win. You get them over, and then Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed destroy. They wreck them after. You have to find a way to do that. And I think the bigger payoff is going to be in the main event, but that's just me talking.
Like I said, just mark my words. They better not be the last match, bro, because nobody's getting what they want. Because I want Jey and Roman to win, but they're not winning nothing because Sammy's going to cost them the match if they're the last match. But 9 times out of 10, Gunther and CM Punk will be the last match.
I'm looking in the chat. We got some people making some comments here, and I'm going to read Jesse's.
Wow.
Jesse,
okay,
let's be honest.
Wow.
SummerSlam's going to be its news fest. Tired of the bloodline, seriously. Tired of Gunther. Tired of the same crap. Ooh. He's not playing, man. Roman takes 3 spears and 8 tsunamis. Yeah.
I would be cool with that. The Monday Night Raw after SummerSlam, that wouldn't bother me.
Yeah. And McKinney, I don't think McKinney's wrong either for this. Roman eats the pin and gets injured for Jey to fight the Bronze until Seth gets back, and that's how you set up Roman versus Seth. Is it? We'll see. They once again, they're booking themselves in this weird corner. But we got another match still in between this. We got Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton, one that I don't have any care for, Sean. Like, I don't have any. Yeah, like, what do you do here?
But the thing is, I'm not talking out of both sides of my mouth. I'm not invested. But I still think it's going to be a good match.
I agree. It's going to deliver, but how do you book this one then? Like, is Tiffy time up? Like, they really haven't done her any favors recently.
Yeah, Tiffy time's going to be on pause on August 3rd or August 2nd.
Play. Go ahead.
No. Well, I'm being serious this time. Yeah, Tiffy time's going to press the pause button. I think they're intent on having Cargill win the title. I think she will win the title. I don't think she'll be champion for very long, but I think she'll have her moment in Jersey, and then we'll see what happens with Tiffany moving on later. But I think it's not going to be stopped, but I think Tiffy time is going to be on pause on Saturday night.
So you think it's Jade Cargill's time? I think so too. You put the investment in, you might as well see what you got. Let it rock and see where it goes.
And if not, let's have Tiffy time turn back into being a heel like she should be, and cheat to win.
And you could pull the plug before Mania. You could pull the plug in Survivor Series. So if it's not working, let Booker's book. But if she succeeds, you win. I'm going to go with Jade Cargill for the win as well. I think we've lined up on all of these thus far for night one. Mm-hmm. And then we have CM Punk versus Gunther in the main event for the World Championship. And I predict that neither of these guys walk out with the championship, Sean. I think we find out that old injury wasn't as bad as we thought. And
everything is contingent on what the last match is. Because just as sure as I'm saying that Sami Zayn will turn on Roman and Jay if they are the last match of the night, is as sure as I am, because I went from being 70-30 the other way to 60-40 the other way. Now I'm about 30-70 the opposite way. If if CM Punk and Gunther are the last match of the night, Seth is going to cash in, bro. I just got a feeling, bro. I got a feeling. Oh, my God. I just feel like, I'm getting chills thinking about it. I got a feeling he's up to something, bro.
He's going to be out there, and then it's going to be the heist of the century.
The only thing that gives me cause to pause, just like I said last week, does Triple H actually have that kind of creativity inside of him? And then you corrected me and said, yeah, it's Triple H, but it's also Paul Heyman. And that's why I'm like, okay, you know what? This could happen. This could really happen.
Yes. I'm loving the Tiffany and Jay talking here as well. But yeah, Matt thinks CM Punk wins the title. Remember, though, what's Seth's whole purpose for this storyline, Sean?
Well,
CM Punk is not going to touch the title.
Yeah.
I don't see him getting it for 5 minutes. That's just me.
Nah, well, 5 minutes would still be cool because it would still serve. I mean, CM Punk will be champion. I know what you're trying to say. You see him cash in before he gets a chance to win it. But even if CM Punk wins it and we have fireworks like Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam, and then Randy Orton takes it away because of Triple H, same thing. I would still be cool with it if Seth Rollins did that.
As much as I want to say,
this would be the greatest cash in of all time
if they do it right. It's how you present it too. Mm-hmm. But yeah,
go ahead.
It's going to be.
Let's talk about Quill's comment.
There we go. Quill said, "CM Punk versus Gunther." As much as I want to say lariat, I can't do that because something or another may happen, and I think you know what I mean. So I think he believes the cash-in's happening as well. And we could be wrong about this. You could save it, and if there is no cash-in, let's just this will be our little tiebreaker. Okay. I think Gunther wins anyway. I still think Punk loses. I think he'll be in that sleeper, and we'll be like, "What?" And you'll hear the don't. Punk better get the strap for all this selling.
Gunther, the ring general, Gunther.
I don't think those are the words, but it works.
It does.
It works. So that'll be night 1. And then we got night 2 over here. Now, see, look at all singles matches over here. There is a triple threat and a tag that's going to be out of this world. The tag. Let's go through this.
Four match card again, bro. 4 match card.
I don't think you can go wrong with the opener for this one.
Nope.
Becky Lynch, Lyra Valkyria. What's the stipulation? If Lyra loses, she can't challenge as long as Becky's the champion after this.
Yeah, and also I think they did a great job adding another stipulation, which is no holds barred.
Yeah. And where's Bayley? Sorry,
Bayley's gonna turn heel.
Oh, you think Bayley's? Oh, I
think Bayley's gonna align. I think Bayley. I'm going out on a limb. Bayley's gonna align herself with Becky Lynch.
I was gonna go with Lyra wins here, and I don't think Bayley gets involved. I don't know. I think they're gonna do some shakeups on the shows. You have to switch some of these people around.
I think it's a virtual lock, bro. I think it's a virtual lock that Bayley turns on Lyra.
All right, we're first opposite one, me and Sean here. So Becky and Lyra's gonna have some stakes to it. I got Lyra. He's taking Becky. Sean, do you know when the last time a steel cage match happened at SummerSlam?
Was it Mick Foley versus? No, that couldn't be. It probably was the tag title match, the WCW tag titles.
You are correct. You are correct with your final answer. We have a steel cage match for the United States Championship. Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu. This one's got me torn a little bit on who to pick. Who are you thinking in this one?
I think Fatu regains the title, and I think he should be the forever United States champion until he's about ready to win the world title. I think you put that belt around his waist and you leave it there until you're ready to make him world champion.
I agree. I think they could. How long has Solo been champ for? A month or 2?
A month.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, man. Like, if you're not ready to launch Jacob Fatu with this draft, then wouldn't give him the title back, like you said. I think what you said makes perfect sense. I'm gonna rock with that one as well because that's what I was thinking. But if you're going to launch him right away, then keep it on Solo.
Yes.
If you're gonna draft him and then do something. That's what I would recommend doing next.
Yes.
I'm going in here. Dr. Lawrence, welcome in here, man. Thank you. Appreciate you guys coming in. I'm just looking here. Cactus said Jacob wins. We got a lot of Jacob wins. Lyra wins and Solo wins. Ryan.
Okay, right.
Okay. Not mad at it. Going back into this, let's talk about the Intercontinental Championship. Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles.
Possible banger. I'm not really intrigued by the storyline, but the athleticism in the match could be good. And I think AJ Styles wins the title. I think he's going to have, this is one of his farewell tour situations. He's going to beat Dom.
We're opposite again. I think Dom wins. AJ Styles winning the Intercontinental Championship to me does nothing.
Oh, it does a lot when I tell you what I think is going to happen to Clash in the Castle. Clash in Paris.
I mean, Dom does have a chance to win another title. Oh, you like how I snuck this in there?
Oh my, very nice.
Mania. He got a big reaction.
He really did.
So yeah, it'll be Dominic Mysterio, El Grande Americano. How is that guy? I thought he was injured, but apparently the reports were wrong. And Dragon Lee, they're going to battle in a 4-way here coming up. And this is going to be on YouTube if you guys want to watch it. So August 16th, 7 p.m. Make sure you guys are tuned in if you want to watch that on YouTube. Don't say I don't promote them.
There you go.
Yeah, so I'm taking Dom for the win. I'm curious to see what you think here. I'm going to let you pick. What do you want to talk next? The triple threat or the TLC?
Yeah, we'll talk TLC.
All right. It's been 25 years in the making. You can't blow this. You would have to try to screw this up, Sean. You would have to purposely be like, let's see if we can make this bad. DIY, Motor City Machine Guns, Street Profits, Fraxium, I don't know if they're the Soup Brothers. I don't know what you want to call Andrade and Phoenix, and the Wyatt Six. What do you do here, Sean? Could this surpass the Dudley and Hardys and Edge and Christian? I don't know about that, but time will tell if they can do it. But there's a lot of teams in here, a lot of bodies. There's going to be a lot of standing around at the apron like, my turn.
Yeah. This is going to be 30 minutes of wrestling heaven. So I'm excited about this. But the team I want to win this match and predict will win this match has something to do with the fact that WWE finally got something right. They blew it with Tiffany Stratton. They blew it with Johnny Gargano the first time. But WWE has finally given somebody some good music. DIY's music is amazing. It reminds me of Undisputed Era music. And I always say, as wonderful of a team as they are, you can ruin a team or ruin a character when you give them bad music. But they finally fixed it. So what I'm trying to tell you is, when you combine the awesome music with the fact that they have been one of the best tag teams in the world for many years now, I'm going with DIY to win back the World Tag Team Championships, the WWE Tag Team Championships.
Opposite again, Sean. Man, night one, we were on point. Night two, we're definitely different. I think the Wyatt Six find a way to retain. You just gave them the belt. What was the point of this then? If not, could they go with Andrade and Phoenix? I don't know. To me, they seem like likely candidates. Raw tag division has to be punching air right now. Why don't we get on these shows?
Oh man, they're defending the tag titles tonight.
They need to figure out how to balance that out. And I feel bad for Humberto and Angel Garza. Why they're defending the AAA tag titles on SmackDown in an open challenge, which I assume is going to be like Psycho Clown and a partner or something. Whoever was in that recent trios match, I could see them doing that. But this could be interesting to me. You really don't have a bad team to pick, but I do think that two of these teams, someone's going to Raw.
Yeah.
Like one or two of you guys are going to Raw because we need to
Actually,
balance.
Profits.
Street Profits to Raw?
Yeah.
You got to do
Because
one more team. Give me one more besides them.
Bianca's over there.
Touche. I can see Praxium going over there.
I don't care about that team. I think that team is wiggity.
Wow.
Everybody's getting on their bandwagon like people get on Braun Breaker's bandwagon. I don't see it, bro. I think they're corny. I don't like them. I never liked them.
Matt's picking the Street Profits, he says. McKinney says car crash of the night may steal the show. They could.
Okay. It could steal the show for sure.
Ryan says AJ wins and Riots retain. Raw Tag Division is asking, why don't you love me, WWE? Uncle Phil gonna knock that hat off and give him a hug, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, no disrespect to Motor City Machine Guns, Praxium, or DIY, but if the titles don't go back on the Street Profits, I'm not gonna care.
Fair enough.
Wyatt Six are true heels now that they retain with some spooky stuff. Machine Guns to Raw. Yeah, considering all the wrestlers and refs will need to be clean debris around ringside. It's going to be close to 20 people around that ring. Good chances. Yeah, you got to be careful of injuries, too, with a lot of those people. I think another match that could steal the show. Naomi is now taking the place of her good friend Bianca.
Mm-hmm.
Could be a story thing here.
Mm-hmm.
I hope Bianca's finger heals up. I don't know if you've heard the issues that she can't bend her finger still.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's just that it didn't heal right, so I hope they don't have to break it and then do more surgery on it. But Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and Naomi, I think we're going to agree on this one without even knowing. But I'm taking Naomi to win this. Like, there's no way you take this belt off Naomi now. Io just had it, and Rhea, I'm kind of like, yo, enough.
If Naomi doesn't win, we riot.
And for the record, I like Rhea. I'm just saying there's sometimes where you do it too much, too many title shots where you're like, all right, guys, that's it.
I like Rhea and Io, but I'm sick and tired of both of them. Like, let Naomi have a chance.
Yeah, let's see what she does and let her rock out here. So, yeah, I'm going to agree with you on Naomi winning. And then, Sean, hit the drums. Boom, boom.
Oh, God.
Wrestling has more than one.
Here comes the starting quarterback. What an idiot.
I got something for you for that later on. John Cena, Cody Rhodes. Street fight, baby, if you will. New Jersey street fight. They're going to have Minute Maid and Wingstop out there hitting each other with it. John Cena, Cody Rhodes. I'm going to just be straight up with you. Cody's not losing this, in my opinion. Cody becomes the champion again.
Either Cody turns heel, or, well, I think either way he wins. But it'd be better if he turned heel because of The Rock. But I don't trust The Rock anymore. The Rock doesn't show up to wrestling anymore. He's a movie star.
I saw that today too, and I feel like a lot of people are being hard on The Rock too. Don't blame Rock. Once again, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to keep saying this. Don't blame Rock for that WrestleMania. Rock screwed up a match. He didn't screw up the card. The card was something else.
That's true.
Cody
wins. Cody wins. The more entertaining thing would be Cody turning heel, but we know that's not going to happen because he's QB1.
I just don't see it, man. I don't see them turning them heel. Like, I know some people think like a double turn, and I think it would make things exciting for us, but there's too many people who are just like, you know what? I'm here. I'm happy.
Well, Weezy has the idea that I had, which is that The Rock helps Cody, but I don't believe. Like, I wish that was the case, but you know what? That's a good idea. So you know what that means.
Facts. Man, I don't know. And then that'll be SummerSlam. That'll be SummerSlam. Sean, are you doing any coverage for this show?
I will be live for a watch along for the main event of night 1. Haven't really decided yet for night 2, but it is official. I will be on the air live for the main event of night 1.
Okay. Hubs, who is The Rock? Don't you mean Dwayne? We're not going to start that. Rock.
There you go. There you go, Quills. That's right. Good point. I stand corrected. His name is Dwayne. He's a movie star. He lives in Hollywood. The person that lives in Florida is dead. He no longer exists.
Vinny said, but that Rock ruined the main event, Conrad. I get that he messed up the main event, but at the same token, though, we're not going to pretend like So this is going to depend on what's true. And I think I said this before, Sean. If he said he wasn't coming, that was the best you came up with in those weeks. That was, you were like, let's just let people think he's coming.
Don't get me started on WrestleMania 41, bro.
I know, bro. I know. We still got Evolution as our best pay-per-view. Maybe SummerSlam.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Hopefully SummerSlam can overtake it, but Evolution was the best pay-per-view so far this year.
We just don't know if we're going to do another one.
Let me be clear. In WWE, because the best pay-per-view of the year was AEW All In.
But you know what? I caught some heat for that when we were talking about that from, just in comments.
Now all of a sudden, Evolution was better than All In. Shut up.
Oh, no. They were like, you're misinterpreting what Triple H said. And I was just like, what?
How did you misinterpret it? He said he's not sure. So what's there not to be sure about?
And we were like, you're not sure of a layup that's in front of you that's been presented to you? I mean, I guess. Mm-hmm. Tokyo says Travis Scott ruined the main event. I feel for Travis Scott a little this week. He's getting dragged through the mud. I don't know what's true about it, but he hasn't spoke about it. And isn't he still a client of Ari or one of them? Like, I don't know, man. That's kind of a bad business move, I think, too. But it's what it is. Someone said Cena retains? Nah, I can't see it. I can't see. If that happens, I'll be shocked, Ryan. I will give you full props on here.
No, I mean, crazier things have happened. Woe with me. Oh, God, BJ. Woe with me!
Let's get into a couple news things here before we get out of here. You mentioned Cody being QB1, Sean, and Rob sent these to me, and I was laughing so hard today. Sean, you inspired shirts, I think. The captain, Cody Rhodes.
It's an effing disgrace.
He's the captain, Sean. Come on. Don't be like
captain
that.
Captain of what?
He is QB1. Look at that shirt. United we stand. This screams UFC like 2008 right here. This shirt.
This is pitiful, bro. This is
QB1. I remember when Kevin Owens said, I hate that stupid shirt you wear that says quarterback on it.
It's so stupid. QB1. Oh, my God. Bro, it's so stupid. It's the corniest crap I've ever seen. Like, he should be ashamed of himself. Like,
listen.
Oh, QB1? QB1? Are you kidding me?
I bet you that merch moves, though. I'm telling you.
Yo, Cody can't hold Roman Reigns' jockstrap, bro. And like, as far as being QB1, bro. Are you crazy? Roman Reigns around 4 days a year, and he's still better than Cody Rhodes.
Good old Sean, baby. Good old Sean. I love it.
A QB1 T-shirt. Are you? Oh God, that's disgusting. Disgusting.
Yeah. I did have the Drew news up, but we had spoke about that earlier, and all of us think he's still going to wind up being there. Of
course he will be.
And I guess the last bit of news, we didn't talk a lot of AEW today, but Mercedes Moné has added another belt, and the internet melts down. I didn't know so many people cared about the Poland independent wrestling scene, but Mercedes Moné has won. You know I'm not lying.
The sarcasm in your voice.
I'm just saying. And I don't mean any disrespect to Poland. I'm just like,
no, it's just like, oh wow, like this is a travesty that she won another title. Shut up.
Yeah. Did you guys never see the Ultimo Dragon picture? Like, come on, man. Yeah. Mercedes does it again. She adds another championship to her list, and then I think someone had said, might have been McKinney in our group, had mentioned, like, has she defended any of these belts? And she actually did defend the Rev Pro title at Summer Sizzler. So she's on there, man.
McKinney,
Somebody said,
I see you. And Easy E, I agree with you. McKinney and Easy. It's the stupidest crap I've ever seen.
Like, JV football captain.
Big up to the captain of the basketball team, the QB1, the gymnastics head coach. Like give me a break. What a scumbag he turned out to be. You know, I'd slap him across the face if I could for wearing that stupid shirt. What a stupid shirt. Oh God. What a stupid shirt. Conrad, he's wearing a shirt that says QB1 on it. You miserable scumbag!
Oh! I can see Drew being his first opponent. You're a red shirt now.
How corny can he be? How corny can he be?
Ultimo Monet. The international creative control is crazy.
Hi, my name is Cody Rhodes. I'm the gym teacher.
Cody Rhodes is an athletic director.
Yeah, like, come on, man. This is disgusting. What a miserable excuse for a t-shirt. QB1? So what we're saying is that Cody Rhodes is the quarterback. He's the quarterback, right? Not the cornerback, not the running back. He's the quarterback, right? And he's not the backup quarterback, but he's QB1, even though he has no titles to prove he's QB1, but he's QB1. And that's what we're calling the number one guy in the business. So when you're the number one guy in the business in whoever's mind, you're QB1. Is that what we're saying? You're not the shortstop, you're not the goalie, you're QB1. Is that what you are? Oh, Conrad, for the love of God. For the love of God. Like, seriously, how corny can it be? That's so bad. Chat, that is so freaking bad. QB1. That son of a is going to wear a shirt that says QB1 on it. Are you kidding? Chat, it's so bad. It's so bad.
It gets like that. It gets like that around here. Tonight, though, we got Monday Night Raw, Sean. We got Jey Uso taking on Bronson Reed. Paul Heyman will be in Bronson's corner. Should be a fine match. You also have Roman Reigns on the card tonight. Good to see Roman show up. Let's run down the whole card here, Sean. World Heavyweight Champion Gunther appears. CM Punk appears. Roman Reigns appears. I don't know who's wrestling, but there's a lot of appearances. Jey Uso versus Bronson Reed. We got the Judgment Day versus the LWO for the tag team titles. Could we hear the music tonight, Sean? Could the LWO do it?
Beat it out of Dino! Beat it out of Dino!
Probably not, but we'll see. And I saw people definitely saying, in an all-star 8-woman tag match for $400K. No, they were doing the Tony Khan because everyone complains when Tony does it, but it's okay here. Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Stephanie Vaquer, and Nikki Bella taking on Naomi, Chelsea Green, Piper Niven, and Elba Fire.
Emily said, hi, my name is Cody Rhodes, and I'm the substitute homeroom teacher.
You guys are crazy.
Man, that's funny.
What up, Tiff? Appreciate you popping in.
Appreciate the conversation yesterday. Very, very swaggy. Appreciate you.
BJ.
There you go. Yo, oh, wait a minute. I just caught what he. Oh, BJ.
I wanted you to say to the JR voice, now, wait a minute here.
Inappropriate BJ. Funny, though. Super funny.
That's it, man. That's the card for tonight, man.
I can't close this out tonight, bro. I'll do the line at the end because it means a lot to me, but I can't do the whole closing. I'll make sure everybody knows what never prevails at the end. But this whole QB1 thing has me sick right now, bro. It's the stupidest crap I've ever seen. It's so pathetic. It's so pathetic. Like, oh my God. He's QB1? That's who he is. So Cody Rhodes is the quarterback of WWE. Do you understand? Conrad, do you hear that? Are your ears understanding what's going on right now?
He wants to let you know he's got the ball.
Oh my God.
Do you understand the perception that is they're trying to shift? And this is just as Cody's brand. Like, think about it, Sean. You said who's the guy earlier. Who did you say was the guy when they got the pop?
Who's
the big double R, Roman Reigns.
Yeah, Roman Reigns is still the guy.
I believe that. I know you believe that. But guess what? But you see, QB1. You know what I'm the guy. I'm holding the ball.
Oh, Conrad.
Cactus said Cena's my QB.
Oh, that's so bad. That's
James my QB1.
Yo, I mean, at this point, like, so who's the running back? So Roman's the running back, Jey Uso's the wide receiver, CM Punk's the defensive end, Bronson Reed's the offensive tackle, but QB1, you know what? Let's close. I can't deal with this right now. Like.
I got this for once. Thank you. Be sure to join Sean Hubbard on Hubbard Wrestling Weekly on Saturday.
Why?
When the main event goes live, he'll be live. So go over to his channel for his live reaction to CM Punk versus Gunther or tag team match here with Roman and Jay versus the Breakers and the Reeds. Who knows what'll main event this show? Round and round it goes for the WWE. I'm pretty sure that you'll get my thoughts next week on Clash for it. We got a lot of things happening. Join me and Derek on Wednesday for AEW Dynamite. We got a lot of good things happening around here. Sean, hit your line, man.
Why? God bless. Be encouraged. Evil never prevails. The stupid shirt. End the podcast. Now.